Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit over the autopilot control of this plane. This plane is the TBM 930, and this is kind of the whole autopilot command center kind of thing right here. All these buttons, controls, and knobs. So the first thing I would do once you get to the runway is you want to set your altitude. You probably want to set your altitude before you even taxi, but you just want to make sure you set it before you take off. So this little knob right here is how you set that. Set that to 2000, and so I usually set it to about 2000, or probably for this case we'll set it to 2500, just kind of basing it off of what altitude you're at right now. After you set that, you're kind of good, and then once we get in the air, I'll kind of show you guys more of what all these controls do. So let's get into the air real quick. And I'll show you guys the autopilot, and yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to control your plane after this, because autopilot's really nice, extremely nice actually. And then we're also going to show you how to, I'm also going to show you how to set a waypoint as well to airports in the sky as well. So let's rotate a little bit. All right, we are good to go, I believe. Yeah, we're in the air. We are in the air. Sick. So I want to make sure to do this in the daylight as well, so you guys can see. Oh, we're losing a little bit of frames. So what I suggest doing with autopilot is you want to kind of get to about, I'm exactly at 1,000 feet. So you want to get to about 1,000 feet, or a pretty good distance of, you're not going to hit any buildings or any hills or mountains or anything. And then you want to click on autopilot right here, the engage autopilot button. Click on that, and then you want to click on level. Now what this will do is it will level out your plane, and you'll just be basically flying straight. This will give you kind of time to mess around. Don't sink. Is there any train? I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say we're flying level. So that kind of gives you time to mess with the. Okay, I don't know why I'm sinking, but let me go up just a little bit. Let me go to 1200 real quick. So I don't want to sink. Alright. Whoa. Hold on. Let me, I don't know why we're sinking right now. I think my trim is set so terribly. I don't know why my trim is getting set so bad. Hold on, let me fix my trim, and then we should be good to go. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know why the trim just decided to just stop working. Alright, let me level out real quick. Alright, level out. Alright, so we're at about literally where we set for the altitude. So now we're good. We're flying straight. We are level. Sorry for the little craziness right there. But right now we are level, but this gives you a chance to kind of mess with the autopilot. So the first thing we're going to actually do is not actually look at the autopilot, because I'm going to show you guys how to set an airport as your navigation. So down here you can actually set, as you can see, we don't really have any, like, there's no line anywhere. We're not really supposed to go anywhere. We're going to set it to the Cincinnati airport. Let me go here. So if you click this button right here in the middle, you can click on flight plan, and then you can add, oops. Actually, probably the best way to do this is just find nearest airport. So we can do here, nearest airports, and it'll bring up all of these. Let me see if I can find, the airport that I want. It might be a little far away. We could just do, we don't really need to do a crazy airport. Let's just go back here. We can land in a field. I'm down. I'm down to land in a field. Let's do this one. So click on that, and then we'll activate, I think. I believe. I don't know if that started or not. No, that didn't start. Crap, my bad. So go here, and then we're going to insert into flight plan, insert at the end, and then we're going to click on it, and then we're going to direct to, and then activate that, and now we have a flight plan, right? So we can go back home. You can also do the weather on this thing too. It's this thing you definitely want to learn. Kind of mess with the buttons, but that is how you kind of make a plane or a flight plan to the nearest airport. So as you can see, we have, ooh, there's another plane over there. But yeah, so we do have our new flight plan, I guess, now to this airport over here. So now that we kind of have that, we can start messing around with the autopilot, probably what you're actually watching this for. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to set your altitude. So let's increase it to 5,000, and then we're going to, and then to initiate, to start going up, you want to click on FLC. So turn FLC mode on. After that, and you want to take level off, obviously. It'll start climbing you, and then right here you can set your speedway of how fast you actually want to go. You probably want to set that to about probably 250 knots, I think, out there. And then this button right here will reverse what this does. So if I click this, it'll reverse it, and I can then change vertical speed. So since we're going up, you want to increase vertical speed. And as you can see right here, this thing right here, you can kind of see, like if I decline it and then if I incline it, you can see kind of how fast we're going. So that is kind of how you work the changing altitude. So if you need to change altitude again, change it on this button, then click FLC mode, and then you can change the speed and then also how fast you are dropping. So that's pretty easy to deal with the altitude. Now to navigate there, very simple. There's one button called nav mode. You want to just click on this, and basically once you click this, it'll take you directly to this line right here. So right now it's turning us automatically to this line. Sometimes it doesn't work because your active nav might be set wrong. So if it doesn't work, you want to make sure that this is purple, this arrow, right? You want to make sure it's purple. So if you click it, see it's like green, that's not what you want. Click it again, green, not what you want, but purple, that's what you want. You want it to be on, you want to make sure you have the right active nav, the FMS, right? So once you do that, nav mode will take in. Now we're climbing to 5,000 feet, and it'll keep us at 5,000 feet, and it's pretty much that simple. Now there is another way to kind of, let me turn nav mode back on. There is another way to navigate. What? Columbus approach Dayer Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Delta. There's another way to kind of navigate without nav mode. Nav mode's a lot easier because it'll just basically take it right from your take it right from the line, right? But you can use heading. So if I took nav mode off, I can turn on heading, right? And then I can use this right here. Hold on. I can use this this dial or whatever to kind of dictate where I'm turning. So right now I'm at 154. This is at 155. So what we want to do, we probably want to turn like this to like 130, maybe, and it'll automatically turn it for me, and it'll change this to 130. So that's kind of how you use the heading. I wouldn't suggest using the heading. I mean, it's nice if you're flying through like storms and stuff. It's nice to use the heading, but I think nav is definitely the best because it just gets you on the line. So we're getting close to the line, so now it's going to turn. It's going to turn us just like this, and then we're going to be heading up right on the line. Just that simple. So hopefully you guys kind of understand. All these other buttons I don't really use. You do want to turn the yoke on when you're using autopilot. It just helps a lot, but it's not necessary. But yeah, we're lined up with the line now. But yeah, so FLC to change the altitude. And right now, I don't know how close we are to this airport, if we can start our descent. So we can actually probably start our descent now. So to do that, we'll decrease down to probably like 3,000. So we'll set the altitude and then click FLC. And then right here will be speedway. We don't really need to change this. We might up it just a little bit. Click versus to start messing around with the vertical speed. So we want to decrease the vertical speed this time because we are going down. So we're going to decrease it. So now we're going down to about 3,000. And let me see how this airport's actually laid out real quick. I don't think we can see it actually. But we're right on the line. Like I said, nav mode will get you right on the line, which is really, really nice.